Shalom and welcome back to this week's News Bytes. This newsletter is called Living Water and it's on John chapter 4 verses 1 through 45. And I'll get started. From Eliyahu. Shalom friends. Got problems? So do we all. Imagine going about your business one day, maybe stopping at a coffee shop, library, or other public place, and sharing a few words with a perfect stranger just to pass the time. Suddenly you realize that this person seems to know everything that matters to your life. He totally understands who you are and what you've been through and where you are going without you telling him any of it. Most of all, he knows the answer to solve your problems, but that just scratches the surface. Really, he's literally giving you life right there and right then. Yes, you realize that you've been hanging out with a perfect stranger who happens to be the Lord himself. You wonder, can the Lord really look this normal and just hang out with an ordinary person like me, even care about me, and still be the Lord at the same time? Wow, this universe is a totally different place than I ever realized. An encounter like that could completely revolutionize your life. The encounter I just described has happened to people. For example, to the Samaritan woman at the well as described in John 4. The story has captured the imagination of millions over the centuries. The sculpture in the picture is just one of many great works of art that seeks to express the magnetism of that famous encounter between the Samaritan woman and the Lord. What is it about this story that so grabs people? This is the power of the book of John that has brought so many to the Lord. He paid no attention to the social taboo against conversing with a person from a group rejected by his own people, let alone a woman from that group. Further, she was a person familiar with sin, relationship failures, inner conflict, and no doubt a lot of what we refer to today as baggage. This is the kind of person that even today, many proper kind of people feel it best to avoid, which is perfect. Just the kind of person Yeshua came to save. This wonderful encounter reported in John is only one of many stories in John revealing the heart of the Messiah as someone who is open to anyone who will be honest with him about themselves. This transparency with God is very off-putting to those who would rather the truth about their lives be kept under a smokescreen from others and especially from themselves. No person who lives in a lie and refuses to be honest wants to come to him. That's a shame because he already knows all the dirt that they want to hide, so they're only fooling themselves. However, he will always accept anyone who's willing to stand on the same ground that he occupies, the ground of truth, whether it be the ugly truth or the beautiful truth. Whatever truth it is, he will settle for nothing else. He will not chide you for your failures, but he will insist that you own them. You need to own them to finally be free of them. Only he can set you free from the burdens you have put upon your own shoulders. In fact, he can utterly wash them away with living water like he did for the woman at the well. Do you know that there's another level to this famous story from John? It is the level that especially impacts the remnant of Israel in these last days. And if that's you, then you won't want to miss this. Now, I especially was paying attention to the last paragraph of this newsletter, and Yeshua is open to anyone who will be honest with him about themselves. And, honesty is hard, okay? If you're not honest, though, you're being religious. And it's kind of something that I went through when I first started walking with Yeshua. In the beginning of my walk, I wasn't really honest with Yeshua all the way. And a good picture of that is something my grandma always told me, is that you can invite Yeshua in. It's like your house and you can invite him in, and you only invite him into the front room and the living room, which are nice and clean, but you don't invite him into any other room in your house, where you keep your dirty secrets or the things you're ashamed of or your dirt, your baggage, or whatever it is. You just invite him into the rooms you want. You don't invite him into your whole house. And that's just like a perfect picture of it, because you can have Yeshua and you can have him, but he will not go past any boundary you set. He will respect whatever boundary you put up. You can share with him what you want to, but you should share all of yourself. Because if you don't, then you're always going to have these dirty rooms and these problems burdening you, and you keep that on yourself. So, it's really hard to be honest with him, but once you invite him into all those rooms, and I did, it's like one of the most liberating feelings in the world, okay? Because you can just lay whatever troubles you at his feet, whether it's something you're ashamed of, a secret, something you did years ago that you've never told anyone, or something simple, you can just lay it at his feet and share with him everything about you that troubles you, that's on your mind. And he's the only one you can share that with, and he can cleanse you of that. And he will forgive you. He blots out your sins and remembers them no more. And that kind of brings me to a second point. Once he forgives you, you're forgiven, okay? And I see this with a lot of people, and also myself. You can go to him with something and he'll forgive you, but then other people used by the enemy, or, errant thoughts that are from the enemy and yourself, will come up pointing the finger at you, like, you did this, you did that, you said that, you used to be like that. And it's over though. Like, if you gave it to him and he forgave you, it's over, okay? Stop bringing it up. It's like, don't dwell on it. It's like a slap in the face when you went to him with something and he forgave you for it and he washed you clean of that. And if you keep going over in your mind and feeling guilty and letting it hold you back, that's on you. That's not on him. And the only opinion that matters is his opinion, okay? And if you want to move forward with him, because he's always moving forward, then you need to let the past go and move forward in your walk with him, because he's always on the move. And you can't be held back by that. I wrote down this comment. I heard Eliyahu say it the other day, and it was just awesome. Every day is a new day with Yeshua. That's just too true. And whatever it is, he'll also just meet you where you're at, common ground. Like he met the Samaritan woman on common ground. And there's actually a lot more to that he explained. I really can't do it justice, and it's not my job to explain the meeting to you. I just read the newsletter and comment about it. So I would really like if you go watch the meeting. That's all I had to say. If you liked it, and I hope it was mildly helpful to someone, press the like button below, subscribe, hit notifications, and I'll see you next week. Watch Living Water right here.